Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi says the Kenya Kwanza Government has no time to engage in lamentations and must resolve the country's economic situation. Mudavadi says the country will experience hardship for 2 to 3 years before stabilizing. While speaking at Kupet's annual delegates conference in Kasarani, Mudavadi asked Kenyans to support the administration's decision to privatize some parastatals, adding that doing so will ease some of the financial pressure on government and cushion Kenyans from further taxation. Mary Mwoki reports.
Speaking at the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers' 25th Annual Delegates Conference at the Kasarani Sports Stadium in Nairobi, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi forecast 2 to 3 years of hardship, saying the measures the government is putting in place to stabilize the economy would take some time before results can be felt by Kenyans. He called for patience as the government steers the economy from the prevailing cash crunch.
So our position now as government is to acknowledge that we have a challenge, not to lament anymore, but to acknowledge that we have a challenge, and then we work our way out of that challenge. One of the first charges on the consolidated fund is to make sure that you're paying your sovereign and public debt. It's a constitutional requirement. So it will take us a bit of time, because defaulting is not an option. It will take us a bit of time, and that is why in my remarks I said we are likely to see a difficult 2 to 3 years as a nation before we start seeing reprieve. But there is hope. There is hope at the end of the tunnel.
Mudavadi is saying that the focus needed to be on the recovery and that the government would provide solutions.
Where we are there as a nation. Right now, it's not a question of who put the signature to what document.
While defending the government's decision to privatize several parastatals, Mudavadi termed the move as among the tough decisions the government has to take to pull the country from the brink of economic ruin. He said the government cannot continue taxing Kenyans in perpetuity and asked Kenyans to support the privatization of the proposed entities, terming it as a sure way of helping Kenya navigate the current financial crisis that will be instrumental in securing more resources. The parastatals listed for sale are the Kenyatta International Convention Center, Kenya Pipeline Company, New Kenya Cooperative Creameries, Kenya Seed Company Limited, and National Oil Corporation of Kenya. Others are the Kenya Literature Bureau, Western Kenya Rice Mills Limited, Numerical Machining Complex Limited, 35% of Kenya Vehicle Manufacturers Limited, and Rivertech East Africa Limited, and the Moya Rice Mills Limited.
Taxing and levies has reached its limit. It's very painful. So as a government, as a nation, we must now think away from continuously taxing the people of Kenya to start looking at what are the other areas that we can make a saving. What we should be saying is, please manage the privatization properly, transparently, openly, and in accordance with the law. That is what we should be talking about, not about the intention. These are the hard decisions we have to make. Because a government can only raise its money from basically 2 sources. Either you go into debt or you tax.
He also defended the government's move to secure opportunities for Kenyans to go and work abroad, saying the difficulties Kenya is experiencing call for an aggressive foreign and economic policy, and exporting human labor will go a long way towards attracting foreign direct investment.
We must also look for avenues to export human labor. Skilled human labor. So these are some of the things that we want to pursue. These are some of the things we are engaging in when we are talking about economic diplomacy, because we want to find opportunities for the people of Kenya. The people you train, very skilled people that you are producing for this country. We must find outlets for them, whether it is here or whether it is externally.
Mary Mwoki, Citizen TV.